Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the War of the Gods. It's been a long time since I did this, but I have actually been thinking about coming back to this, and then I got a couple of nice comments and came back to it. Anyway, nice little conversation on that. This is actually going to be Dominions 5 rather than Dominions 4. Mostly because Dominions 5, it's a little bit more of an expansion pack style game, I'll admit. It's not a huge change over 4, except in a couple of areas. First off, I'm going to show you, I've created 3 pretender gods. One I've already got, I named them all after just myself, but for the Middle Ages, of course, we have my standard favorite of a member of the Lord of the Ashen Empire. But then in the early and late ages, I decided to go a little bit different. For the late ages, I went with Midgard and the Age of Men. And in fact, I'm going to use him real quick to show you one of the biggest differences. You might notice it already under the Dominion right there. You're wondering, what are these? These in the middle are one of the biggest changes to this game. Now, when you create a pretender, you can actually determine, based on their magic levels and their various Dominion traits, what their blessing does. So, for example, Darien, the Keeper of the Bridge here, for the late ages of Midgard, has three different things that happen when he has sacred units. For example, unaging. All sacred units are granted long lives by their god and age at 1/4 of the normal rate. So instead of every 4 years, they age 1. They also have 3 times resilience. This is for blessed units, which is they get plus 1 HP per level, so they get plus 3 HP. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to keep in mind most units in this game, an average human has 10 HP. And then Strength of the Earth, doubled. Blessed units receive increased strength, plus 2. So they get, this is actually, I'm pretty sure Resilient is actually just, they get 1 HP per level. Strength of the Earth is just, they get 2 strength because it's level 2. So it's 1 strength per level. Now, it's got a couple of other things, such as the battle system is very different. We'll get into that once we get into the actual game, but first off I want to show you the god I'm going to be playing as, namely, again, Lord of the Forest. This is for the nation of Marverni. Basically a very druid nation, druidic. Now, you can really see he's got 5 earth, 9 nature. I did that because I wanted something very specific. He's also got supply bonus, force survival, and he's poison resistant. Now he's got the reason I wanted him to have all these traits, or I wanted his magic at that level, because 1 level of Earth gives mountain survival. Like it says, all sacred units have mountain survival. Makes it 4 map movement points cheaper to travel through mountains and highland provinces, and also reduces the amount of supplies that occur in those terrains. That's another thing. The map movement has changed as well. It's not just, oh, I can move 1 if I'm flying. I can move 2. So you have a map movement of you have a basic map move that gets changed based on your armor. So, like it says, determines how far the unit can move on the world map in a month. Different provinces require different amounts. Common amounts, or common costs, plains require 6, forest and waste require 10, caves 12, swamps 14, mountains 16, snow just takes plus 2. And if it's enemy controlled, it's plus 8 or plus 6 for stealthy units, minus 4 movement costs for roads with a minimum of 4. So your movement is very different than this. Now, he also has Unbreakable. Blessed units will be very resistant to gaining permanent battle afflictions. I thought at first this was going to be a morale boost, but it's not. It's 75% protection from afflictions. That is a big deal, because if you guys remember, afflictions can kind of break your entire army. Also have Resilient, of course, so plus 1 HP. Low light vision. Blessed units can see in the dark, and dark vision 50. Major poison resistance. Blessed units gain 10 protection from poison, so they will actually be stronger, just about as strong as my god on poison resistance. Forest survival, just like mountain. All sacred units have forest survival traits. Like it says, make it easy to travel through forests through plains, and also reduce the amount of supplies. And then, of course, we also have unaging. Now, like I said, usually, this is for the nation of Marverni. Like I said, in the time of the Druids. I've been testing this a little bit. I haven't played a huge amount yet, but hey, it's the War of the Gods, folks. Let's get into this. What do you say? I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I'm going to try different things. This first episode is just going to be the standard, aside from this introduction, it's going to be about 25 minutes of gameplay. And then the next episode after this, I'm going to try and do the other style. You guys let me know in the comments or by likes and views which one you like more. But first, let's create a world. Now, this one only unfortunately does come with 3 maps. That's a bit of a problem. But of course, you can also do random map generation, which I'm going to do. So we're going to do random map. We're going to do a large map. I don't feel like doing an enormous right now. Have enable rivers, caves. Actually, we're going to turn off caves. We are going to do east-west, north-south wraparound. So we have a globe. Marverni EA. That stands for Marverni early. Marverni EA. There we go. It's for early ages, not electronic arts. Now we're going to choose the early ages, of course. And I am going to pick Marverni, Time of Druids. I'm going to knock this down to easy because I've never played Marverni before, so we'll see. EA type, we still have standard, defensive, aggressive. I'm going to do standard. This is another new thing. When it shows you it tells you a little bit about your history, your backstory of your nation. It tells you everything you need to know about them right here. My temples cost 200, and we can perform blood sacrifices with our priests. But then it also gives you a breakdown of your commanders, your basic units, and also tells you your holy sites. So I have Carnutes, which enables a group of Boar, Warriors, and Lords, and the Elder Druid. It also tells you I get 3 Astral Pearls, 2 Earth Gems, and 1 Nature Gem. You also notice the gems look different. It's not just the standard gem symbol. Now we're going to load up the Lord of the Forest. I'm not going to mess with any of this except for special site frequency. I'm going to crank that up. Everything else, this money, resource, recruitment, and supply, I'm going to leave on. I'm going to leave it 100%. Random events are common. Story events. Now this is also a slight change. You can have disabled, minor story events, or you can have all story events. Like it says, some of these events are very powerful and might be too disruptive for multiplayer games. I'm not playing a multiplayer game. I'm playing on my own. So I'm going to leave disabled, turn this up to 20. Global enchantment slots, you can actually bump this up as well. I'm going to leave it on 5 for now. Limited unique item forging rate, human AI level. This is if I decide to bow out and go, okay, AI take over for me. I'm just going to leave it there. Standard research. Random start research is also brand new. By default, magic skill given an amount of pre-research magic in random school. I'm going to actually uncheck that to spread it out. I'm also going to change this to Conquer All from Thrones of Ascension. You also now have the option of enabling a Cataclysm. After a certain number of turns, a worldwide Cataclysm event will occur that forces a pretender to ascend in a few months' time. Enable this if you want to limit the maximum length of a game to a certain number of turns. I'm not going to do that. That just sounds insane. You can also, of course, mess with this stuff down here. All right, and now we're going to create the map. And now we are in. In the beginning there was chaos, now the wheel has turned once again. Alright, so here we are in Marverni. Take a look at the research real quick. It starts you at level 0 with 14 points left in each. Let's take a look. This is also changed, I'll talk about it in just a sec, but let's take a look at this. Do we have any special... I'm looking for the special ones. Sounder of Boars. Caster, often a Gutwater, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sounder of Great Boars. Great Boars are almost as heavy as an ox and are sacred to the people of Marverni. Sloth of Bears. Contact Boar of Carnutes. Great Boar of Boars of Carnutes. These magnetic beasts in the depths of the sacred forest. The Druids. Alright, so King of all boars, monster boar. Can you tell there's a lot of thing about there's a thing for boars in this place? Alteration, again, I'm just looking for nation specifics. Evocation. Nope. Construction, I didn't expect it to be. Construction is one of those that's very rarely. Awaken tattoos? Tattoos. Limited invulnerability and increased stats depending on the tattoo type. Horse tattoos grant defense, skill, and speed. Defense, skill, and speed. Bears grant strength. Boars grant increased invulnerability. Wolf grants increased attack skill, and snake grants magic resistance. Nice. Have to use that on some stuff. That was enchantment. Thaumaturgy. Not a... Maybe blood magic. Nope, nothing in blood magic. Anyway, I think what we're going to start with is we're going to start with construction, enchantment, and then construction. So this is different. Like I said, you now have a research queue. What you do is you select what level you want something to go to. I want to get enchantment to level 5, and then I want construction to 4. You're going to have 9 things in the queue at once. Alright, we have a Marverni chieftain who has a 2 magic bear tattoo. He has 2 bear tattoos. This guy has 1 bear tattoo. He's also our scout. Let's send him off to scout over here. Meanwhile, I need to recruit a druid. Alright, so that gets me 17. That gets me 11. Let's just do Sakani Stargazer. Ooh. Tempted to get that real quick, but... let's get an Elder Druid for right now. You also now have commander points. Okay, so it'll break. That's how that works. Good. Let's take a look at what we've got so far. We've got Javelineer and Bare-Chested Warrior. Okay, let's see about... You know what? We're gonna wait. Actually, what's your... you can also see each individual leadership. So he's got 60 basic, nothing on anything else. And he's already got 30 units in 2 squads. I'm gonna get a couple of boar warriors. Let's actually... we'll do that not this turn, but next turn. Also, it also tells you your titles up here. God of Marverni, Healer of the Lands, God of Plants and Trees, the Fortifier, King of Insects. I'm not so big about that last one. Pangea has already named their prophet Elion the Minotaur Lord. I haven't seen any big changes to the prophets yet, but that's probably just because I haven't gotten there. I like to save my prophet. Also go ahead and start recruiting another Elder Druid. I don't want too many Elder Druids just because they're going to be kind of expensive, but... Okay, this should leave me with 10? Yes, 10. 10 slots. What's the horn? Okay, the hornblower is a standard bearer. Alright, the boar warriors get the boar tattoo. The knights get... Alright, so the knights have horse. Noble warriors have... Okay. Amphibates get wolf. Good. Unexpected in Marverni. 4 units have been cursed. Karnon the Antlered One. Karnon the Antlered One is afflicted by an ancient curse. Instead of a human head, he has the head of a stag. Grew up far from the sacred forest of Carnutes, but wanted to become a boar warrior. Fortunately, he was Marverni by birth and was not allowed to enter the sacred forest. By the Druids entered the forest full of rage. Deep inside Carnutes, he found an ancient hill with a westward opening. Somebody stood a huge boar with sentient eyes. He promptly slew the boar and was kind of an idiot for doing it, entered the tomb. Inside lay the remains of an ancient warrior clad in gold. While the Thunderhead was building up outside, he donned the armor of the entombed warrior. A warrior from the past, he emerged from the tomb, raised his hands, and was struck by lightning. Came to, he was changed, possessed, and cursed with the head of a stag. Turned to the Druids and was given soldiers to lead. Now he serves the Druids with unfailing loyalty. I think we've got our prophet. Animal Awe. He's got +5 Berserker, so he's also got Inspirational. So yeah, I think we've got our prophet. We'll start building up his army in just a bit. Attack closest enemy. Fire and keep distance. No specific target. I want you to stay behind your troops. Karnon the Antlered One is hereby known as my prophet, which instantly makes him a level 3 priest, gives him some other... That does technically make him blessed, so... +1 morale, +10 poison resist, +1 HP, +50 dark... Okay, so actually it only gives +1 HP. That's a little sad. That's a little silly, but... Alright, let's get the final... Those are going to be the... Actually, you know, let's also get another... Let's actually get a Stargazer. Because the Stargazer is useful for research, but it also has that ability to ignore... Alright, so Tattoos is level 3. Now, let's actually take 4 and 5 off. Get construction level. Actually, when do you get 7 is uniques? Okay, so let's get to construction 7, and then we're gonna put another. Oh wait, no, it's evocation. I want enchantment. There we go. There we go. He probably can't raise it too much, but. Okay, there's actually not much in that. So to Tumaras. Also, another thing that's changed. I'll show you the battle system when we get there, but another thing that has changed is the Hall of Fame now also tells you what they're in for, what they're known for. So, for example, Victor the Villain and his extraordinary agility. Elion, the Minotaur Lord, for his heroic battle prowess. It tells you what... It basically gives you a short idea of what their ability is. Battle in Namor. I lost 12, they lost 29. Let's see the battle, because the battle system you might notice is a little bit... behaves just a little bit different. You're like, if you haven't spotted it yet, notice how some of their troops fired while everything was still moving. So everything moves in real time now, rather than kind of the turn-based system that they had last time. That is actually a pretty big deal for this. We can watch the end of this real quick. We're going to speed it up a little bit, but... And this also says, stories of tomorrow's brave deeds and his enormous strength. So his ability, he got his heroic ability is enormous strength. So his physical strength is now higher by +2 at the moment, but actually let's do advance and cast spells. Alright. Also, you'll notice the weather effects are much more noticeable. So we are in winter 0, early winter 0, in the year 0 of the Ascension Wars. Unexpected event. Oh, we got a Skull Mentor and 3 Earth Gems. And suddenly... Huh. Oh, good. Let's give it to you. Suddenly he's a much better researcher. Okay, that research speed, I'm getting 80 per month, so it's enchantment level 3. I have 59 left, so that'll be done next turn. Alright, now... oh, okay. Why does it actually say that? It doesn't. Right there. Can I set 2 units? No, I cannot. I can only set 1 unit to being bodyguards. Alright, so they instead will be the leader. They will form the core of the attacking unit. There we go. Research and enchantment and construction has now been completed. Namor has killed... Is this... Oh, it's got a magic set that's going to prevent me from ever fully finishing it. Also, I noticed you can normally only build palisades. It might be that you have to build palisades and then build up to the next level. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. He can have 120 units. This is going to take a while to fully... That's going to take a while to... Actually, it should be done next month. If my resources are ready. It's very quickly burnt. You live in the land of druids. Why would you do that? I'm serious here. Why would you burn the forests of fairies when you're in the land of druids? This is not rocket science, you idiot. Okay, so he's only got access to claymen. +2 nature gems and Marverni. your job is going to be attack the rearmost enemy, so you guys are going to be the flanking force. Do we have anything stronger than a javeliner? I don't think so. Sling, range 30. That does range 10, but 12 damage. That does 8 damage. Yeah, let's go with the javeliners. They'll be ready next turn, hopefully. Okay, yeah, so you build the palisades and then you build the fortress on top of it. Makes sense. Let's do a double line formation. I'm glad that formations no longer randomly take away your... Formations no longer randomly take away some of your morale, because that just didn't make any sense. Alright, so he's at only 50 of his units. Okay, the dormant pretend. That means I'm guessing the god of Pangea is awake. Actually, what is the god of Pangea's actual name? Skyla. Princess of the Blessed Lands, the Embracer, Princess of Ice. So, some water magic. And some earth magic, if I had to guess. Maybe death magic, too. I can't tell. Also, you might notice this yellow border. That is the extent of my influence, of my dominion. So, for example, I have no dominion here, but I have dominion here, here, and here. But that is unbordered. Once I get dominion there, I will have it, though. Plus, I have nature gems from Marverni. The fortress is ready. What the? Yeah, okay, this place has, like, constant unrest. Okay, so that also tells you supply count. Drapes actually generates 9 supply on his own. That's kind of awesome. Alright, so construction's at level 4. They kept the midget masher, if you were wondering. Let's actually have you stop. Actually, wait, no, because he's actually my best researcher. Instead, have you forge the Girdle of Might. We're going to start outfitting Karnan. I have got to figure out what is in Namor. So, Karnan's strength is now 27. He's also only got half the army I'm going to give him, so... Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 20 more javeliners, that gives him 40. Let's also go ahead and do this. Alright, so that gives me a Vergobret, a Chieftain, some noble warriors, slingers, javelineers, and bare-chested warriors. What else can we forge for him? Let's give him Pebble Pouch's power will be revealed. Pebbles withdrawn, it goes into a large boulder ready to be thrown. Only be used by those with giant size and strength. Cat's Eye Amulet. Nope. His Astral Window. I don't want the Crystal Matrix. Let's see. Bracers. Let's give him the Bracers of Protection. There we go. He is currently set for everything, or for defensive items. Alright, so that does extra damage to magical creatures. That does extra damage to undead. Does he have a... Okay, yeah, he's actually already got a very good sword. What about his shield? It's just a golden shield. It's actually pretty good. Once I figure out if I have a better shield. I don't currently, but... Actually, hold on. That's 30. That's not terrible. 29 from Black Steel. We'll deal with that next time. But for now, folks, that is this episode done. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like or favorite the video. You can also leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. If you want to keep up with me and any of my current series, please feel free to click the subscribe button down below or the icon at the end of the video. As for that, folks, I have been D. The War of the Gods has returned. Let us see if the God of the Druids can ascend to true divinity. But for now, good night and good gaming.